Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And for all of you silver stackers and gold stackers, well, congratulations. You hit the jackpot. Not just figuratively, but in reality. I'm going to show you a little video clip from the Perth Mint's webpage in a second. And all their gold and silver bars are sold out. They're unavailable. And I'm talking about the ones that are not the very big ones, the 5-ounce gold bars, for example. I'm talking about, for example, the 1 kilo silver bar, unavailable. The 1 ounce gold bar, unavailable. This is from the Perth Mint, which is one of a handful of mints and refineries in the world today that actually provide gold and silver directly to the public. It's unavailable. And I've been watching the gold and silver today, and I guess most of you don't, but I do. Yeah, I've got a bit of skin in the game. And the price of silver right now is over $54 per ounce again, which is very close to its record level. The price of gold is sitting on about close to $4,200 per ounce, which is still well below what its record was. But as I've said so many times, these are just indicators that the entire fiat financial system, that's the money that you use day by day, is under critical stress. So regardless of what price they put on gold and silver, it's meaningless. For example, let's take the situation where fiat money collapses. What are people going to be looking for to actually go and buy something? They're going to be looking for something that has actually no counterparty risk, because that's the problem with fiat money. It's based on counterparty risk. When you hold that $20 note in your hand, that's actually someone else's debt. It's called counterparty risk. When you go into a store with a threepenny or a dime or some small silver coin and you put it down on the desk, there's no counterparty risk because the value of the money is in that piece of metal that you've just given them. This is what people can't get their heads around. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's two totally different systems. One where you can be effed over by the big banks, and one where you can actually secure your future by being able to trade outside the traditional banking corrupted system. So, I'm going to show you this little video clip of the Perth Mint's webpage today. It's today. And if it might change in the next few days, but it's got the live price of all these gold bars and the 1 kilo silver bar, which I've got a shitload of, believe me. But anyway, they're unavailable. They're sold out. Someone's buying them all. Think about it. Here comes that video clip. And for those of you who've already bought into silver and gold, well done. You're the ones who are basically controlling your future. Because when fiat collapses and pension funds collapse and everything else goes down the tube, you know, they talk about the gurgler. Well, having no counterparty risk on the gold and silver that you own, you're about to go out there and you will be like Lord Muck. Back in the 1920s, after the First World War, the Weimar Republic You could actually go out and buy someone's house for a gold sovereign. That's 1/4 ounce of gold, because people were desperate for something that they could go to the shop with and buy something to eat. Because this paper rubbish, you know, I'm talking about this stuff. Hang on, let me just see if I can find one. Oh, I've got so much of this crap. I mean, there's nothing better than the Zim dollar. Okay, here we go. Well, I'll just use this one. Okay, I'm a trillionaire. Okay, just so you understand, I'm a trillionaire. That's a 10 trillion. Let me just put it there. Okay, that's a 10 trillion Zimbabwean dollar note, which is worth less than, let me think, that I just pulled out of my tissue bag. That's what fiat money is. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's got counterparty risk. You're buying into the billionaires' debt and all that sort of stuff. Whereas simple, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I don't have my gold here, but here's some of the silver. That silver there, the acid is actually in the metal. There's no counterparty risk. And those are slabbed. Here are some which are not slabbed. The acid is in the metal, the silver in that coin. That's where the value is, not in someone else's debt. I wish people could get their heads around that simple analogy. But anyway, I'm now going to show you the Perth Mint's web page. As of today being the 28th of November 2025, most of their gold bars and all of their silver bars unavailable, sold out.